Okay, so now I would like to talk about life is an art. And it was coming to me just this word, life is an art. Just some weeks ago I was reflecting that no one is really learning us about life when we are small. I don't know how it was for you, but at least my experience is that no one really talked about what life is about when growing up or in school. And maybe we have gone through almost or many years now without really digging into that question. We are maybe exploring life, but what is life about? Why are we here? So that's what I want to talk about, and I especially think about this, that it's a subject that we are not maybe discussing so often with friends or with our family. And then when I was thinking about art, I started first to think about the painters, that they create this beautiful picture. But to be an artist can be many things. It can be to be an artist, it can be to be a dancer, or to write books, or to play and do theater, or just do gardening. Many ways we are artists in our life, or just by the work we do. But to be the artist of our own life, to create life, is about creativity. So that's why the subject here today. And now again I would like to connect with you, but I will talk and you can write to me in the comments if you have any questions. And the artist in general, when I have been a painter, to do the painting, it's actually a really new ending. But at a certain point you find yourself, okay, this painting is done. But when we talk about the art of life, it's the whole life. So we are painting our life while living it. And if we are, when we are artists, we normally are skilled in different things. And to be skilled in life, about life, what is the, if I say, building blocks of our life? And if I ask that question, what would you say? Maybe you have some ideas. And of course you have. We all have. And I would like to share some of my thoughts around what the artist, the human artist, is creating or using or experiencing. And the one thing that was coming to me first, it's actually a rather simple thing, but if we say that life always comes with two perspectives, the minimum. And you have seen that or you have met that. We do that every day. We meet different perspectives. We meet it when we are in contact with other people all the time. But we also meet it in the physical, like the coin has two sides. I think that's where we use that. There is always two perspectives to everything. And if you say the brain has two sides, and to be an artist, that I would like to say is one of the building blocks of human art, is to be able to embrace two perspectives in everything we do. And the one I was starting to think about, that is something that we all meet in life, the perspective of loneliness and connection. Everyone is going through that. To be lonely, or to be in a deep relationship or deep connection. Both of them exist. And sometimes life will take us to the outer end of the sides of this. And depending on how we started this life, this will feel good or bad. Some people like to be lonely. Some people only like to be in connection. And some of us like both. Or life contains both. This is just one little thing of being the artist of life that I'm bringing up right now. It's like there is a huge spectra of life. So many different colors, like the rainbow, but all the detailed colors. I mean, we cannot, if we really want to be the artist of our life, we have so many different areas to explore and elaborate and learn from. So if I'm back to be lonely, I experienced that myself rather strongly. And I can really feel it. That's the core of my essence, to be lonely, loneliness. And I do that through going into myself. If you also try now, if you close your eyes for a little moment, and you are looking out, experiencing yourself and this world, and from that perspective, if we are connected with ourselves in that moment, we are lonely, experiencing everything around us. I'm pretty sure you have felt this, but have you reflected upon it, what it means? I had this rather deep experience of huge loneliness in that sense, and it felt not fully good. If I'm the only one here experiencing everything out there, and it's difficult to grasp even. Maybe if I stretch it a little, we can say that maybe nothing exists but my awareness. And then it can be scary maybe. But still, that's part of life. And if we are not feeling safe with this, life will take us on a journey. Because my experience is that life wants us to explore every little corner of this artistic life. All the rainbow colors. So sometimes life will challenge us to be lonely in that way that we don't have people around us. So that we can deepen into that. And within there, we can find something, the other corner, the deep connection instead. So in the deepest loneliness, we already switch to the full connection. Because within us, we also have the capacity to embrace everything as one. Now, I hope you follow me now. It's like some poesy almost. But so within us we will find that. Because within us we have the connection between the masculine and the feminine. The oneness within ourselves. And then we are also touching the big oneness, the full connection of everything there is. So let me stretch on the other side a little, the full connection of everything there is. Or connection. If we say loneliness, come to connection instead. We have that, we meet people, we connect, we feel great. Maybe we like to be in relationship. We have someone that sees us. We feel loved. And that's beauty in life. And if you really have a full connection, maybe you have that with one person, or it can be many people, but to really have the full oneness with someone or some, that's an extraordinary experience. And we do that also if we, for example, go from the heart and we connect with everything as we are part of everything. That's another way of the experience of these two perspectives. And we might feel that we are one with Mother Earth and one with everyone around us. That's so beautiful. Although, in the deepest connection with everything, it comes to oneness. And in oneness, again, it comes loneliness. It's a completion of coming back to loneliness again, but from another perspective. So both of them exist at the same time. And if I say life will take us, and some of us has problems to be in connection because we don't feel safe, maybe. It was not safe to be in connection when we were small, or it can be that we are not feeling good enough and we cannot be ourselves. So it's very common that we are taking care of others so much, or thinking about others so much that we cannot rest within ourselves. in that way, we might not been able to have so many connections or rest into someone or a group of people. And then life will take us, and we have to explore that. Life is an art. This was just one of the areas of everything. And as I mentioned, I will take some more of them. As I mentioned, masculine and feminine, two perspectives. We have this because this is who we are as humans. We have two sides of the brain. I see some joining and giving heart. Thank you for that. Sweet. Yes. So we are actually created through the masculine and the feminine. And this is the only way to be created as human, that we have both those two sides. Then growing up, we are maybe not exposed to learn about the masculine and the feminine and how to embrace that. You know this. And this is changing now in our world, that we are working to embrace them both. It's natural. It's actually our birthright to be able to use the masculine and the feminine side of the brain and the physical body. And then when we look at life, we can always look also here and meet life through two perspectives. And again, we might be challenged in that. To embrace the feminine, the softness, the care, to care, creativity, and everything linked to that. And the masculine, to be clear, to take action, is available for us. And this is art, as I see it, human art. I will take one more because this has been with me a lot, and I like to share or talk about this more and more. Many of us has met this, that we should manifest our life. And there has been many books written about that. And we should maybe tell our brain what to say and or to do mantras to make sure that the brain is positive, even if it's not. And that's fine. It's an art, I would say, to explore that, of course. Although for me, I had this, I could not really go into manifestation, and I just kept it on the side for me. And recently, I think I find out why. And it's because manifestation has two sides. And we have been talking about one of them rather much. And one of them is the manifestation from oneself. My dream. And that's beautiful. And that's an art to explore that. But there is another perspective. And that perspective is divine purpose. divine manifestation. And that's an art. Again, to embrace, to be able to embrace both of those huge perspectives, or explore that as a human. I think we all go through that because that's reality as I see it, even if I want to say that maybe there is no truth, but at least that's what we could maybe come to an agreement, some of us, around. So to be able to embrace my own wishes or dreams, while resting into the divine dreaming in connection with everyone else, and everyone should be fulfilled. Otherwise, there is no real purpose. Everyone is to be experiencing a full human life. So that's some words about the artist. And I also asked, I think that's the final part of this subject for today, and I'm happy to share it with you. And I would like to continue a little, because I also got some questions to elaborate around. And one of them, I wrote it up. Yes, the question was how to get clarity when in low frequency. And I think that's a very, I think we all are part of that experience, and to have clarity when in low frequency. When I read the question before, I was first thinking it's like, okay, if you're in low frequency, maybe there is first a need of meeting that. So when we push ourselves, when we are out of stability or out of alignment, is difficult. At the same time, well, if we come to two perspectives, we are maybe not always, we don't have time sometimes to come to alignment and stability before we need clarity. And maybe life is like that. Maybe it's also an acceptance of life that sometimes we don't have clarity, and we have to trust that what we choose or the direction we take will be good enough, or the direction I choose will take me and I will have a life experience. And if now as I cannot talk about why this question exactly, but if not having clarity also means that not knowing what to do, I again would say that maybe to wait a little, because clarity often comes if we wait in, and then we wait and we have alignment again. So again, if we push, normally when we push ourselves, we are locking ourselves. That's it goes for everything. If we want to heal something, and we are not allowing what feels, we are creating a blockage. So to allow unclarity and wait until we know, or if we want to take steps, take a step and allow yourself to take the step without knowing. All is good. Some thoughts around this. I don't have an answer. I had another question coming. It was about, as I work as a craniosacral therapy therapist, and also in all different ways in spirituality, I had a question about ache in the body, and to experience ache that is not or that is there for a longer time, and what could be and why it's not healed. That was the question. And this is a big, huge question, and this is also something I can just elaborate on a little. But in general, we talk about the pain body. Often when the mind is full and the emotions are full, the body holds it for us. If I would elaborate a little more on that, actually, when we are experiencing a traumatic event that are not able to be handled by the mind or the emotions, the physical body holds it for us. This is actually what happens to all of us growing up, as I see it. We all go through this, that the physical body holds the difficult events in our life, and also maybe sometimes earlier lifetimes, and also it can also hold things for family members. Now I'm getting to a very big subject. So not one answer to this, but the body is holding it until we are ready to meet it. So it means if we are very busy with the mind and emotions and stuff through our life, maybe it keeps something very deep within, and it comes up when it cannot hold it longer, or when we are having more quiet time and we can meet it. The physical body is talking, it's information. Okay, I got the message there. Okay. Yes, so if we have ache in different ways and we try to heal it, it's probably something it's probably information that we have not yet seen or understood. So in meditation, for example, meditation, to go within and talk to the body, to come in contact with the physical body and see what's alive. And here you can also get support in that kind of practice. So that's some words about this. But again, I would say the body can always heal, my perspective. It's actually changing every 7 years. Everything is changed in the body. So there is no reason to be sick, at least not more than 7 years. But of course we have our life, and it's not easy to say how to heal ourselves, but at least my perspective is that it's always available for us. So don't give up. Just stay with that there is information that has not yet been understood. Okay, I think that I will stay with that for today, and I would like us to end this session because it's included a lot as I see it. I hope you also have experienced some different perspective, if you say, from this session. And you can, hopefully I will be able to save it and you can see it again. But for now, I would like us to come back to a little deeper meditation.